Hey everyone, I'm Mrs. Lambert. Are you ready to play some more family math games? I've got a new game for you today called Close to 100. You'll use some dice to build numbers and try and get as close to 100 as you can. If your child is practicing two-digit addition, the game is perfect just the way it is. If you need a little bit less of a challenge or more of a challenge, just like last time, I will be providing some ideas for you of how to modify the game. Okay, so to get started, you're going to need some paper for each player, something to write with, and one die. So to make your playboard, you're going to make 2 boxes plus 2 boxes equals blank. And you're also going to label one more box trash. So each of these 2 boxes next to each other will become a 2-digit number. Okay, so you can play this game either by yourself and see how close you can get to 100. You can play against a partner, or you can play in a small group. That's totally up to you. So when it's your turn, you're gonna roll a die. Okay, I rolled a 6. So now I get to decide where I want to put the 6. The trash, that's my one opportunity to throw a number away. I can only do that once though. And as soon as I place a number in a box, you're committed to it. You can't move it later. So you really have to think about and strategize where the best spot would be. So a 6, that can either be a 6 if I put it in the ones place, or it can turn into a 60 if I put it in the tens place. So I want to think about that. I want to get as close to 100 as I can. So right now I've got nothing. So maybe I want to turn it into a 60 because that'll get me over halfway there. So that's what I'm going to do. If you're playing with a partner, it would be their turn. Since I'm playing by myself, I'm gonna roll again. That's a 4. So a 4, once again, I can think about where I wanna put it. If I turned it into a 40, then 60 plus 40 equals 100. But I still have 3 more rolls left. So that would maybe take me over 100. I'm not sure I want that. So I think I'm going to turn this one into a ones place. I think I might want to put it here. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit in the game. As you're playing with your child, you want to ask them questions, just like I was sort of thinking about myself. Where do I want to place those numbers? Why am I putting them there? What's the strategy behind my numbers? You can also ask your child, what would be the perfect roll? Why are you hoping for that roll? So let's say, here's a different scenario. I had rolled a 3, a 6, and a 4, and I decided to put it, make it a 36, and then put the 4 in the ones place. So what would be the perfect roll for me? How would I get as close to 100 or exactly 100 as I could? In this particular situation, I'm looking for a 6 because 36 plus 64 would equal exactly 100. Is that roll possible? Can I get a 6? Because we've got 6 numbers on a die, it is. But for your child, they might have different numbers. Would their perfect roll be a possibility? Those are just some things that you might want to ask. Now, so let me, I did get a 6. That was not planned, by the way. So now that you've got your whole board complete, and of course, if you were playing in your scenario, you might have thrown a number away. So you might have a number in your trash pile. Before you find your exact number, ask your child to predict or estimate, I should say, what their total is going to be. So 36, I could round up to 40. right? And 64 I could round down to 60. So 40 plus 60 equals 100. My guess is that my number is going to be close to 100. And of course we already know, since I got the number I was hoping for, that it does equal exactly 100. Once it's time for you to add up the numbers, there's a bunch of different ways that your child might do the addition. So let them choose the strategy that they want. Once everybody figures out what their number is, ask them how close to 100 did they get. And again, there's different ways of solving for that. They could use addition or they could use subtraction to figure out how close they are. And so whoever's closest to 100, of course, wins the game. Now, there's always a way to take it a step further even. Ask your child, is there a way that they could have gotten even closer to 100 had they had the opportunity to rearrange their numbers? Before you start the next round of the game, ask your child what their strategy was in the first round, and will they change their strategy for the next round, or will they keep it the same? Why? Have them justify their thinking. This game provides plenty of opportunities to look at two-digit addition, subtraction, and place value. If you've got older kids who need a little bit more complexity, turn the game into close to 1,000. You can change your game board a little bit and put 3 boxes plus 3 boxes equals blank. So these 3 boxes will now be 3-digit numbers. And so as a family, you can decide if you want to keep 1 trash box or if you want to increase it to 2. That's up to you. And finally, to make it a little bit easier for your younger kids, you can turn it more into a collaborative game. Instead of trying to reach 100, you can maybe try and build the biggest number or the smallest number that you possibly can. So to do that, I'd have you take 2 dice and roll them both at the same time. And then use your numbers to make, use the digits that you rolled to make different numbers. So if I put them this way, I have 23. Or I can have 32. So ask your child, which number is greater, 23 or 32? If I'm trying to build the biggest number I can, which one should I choose? So that would make the first number in your box, right? Then you could roll the 2 dice again. I have a 6 and a 2, so I could make 62, or I could make 26. Again, which one's greater? Which one should I choose for my game? And so once you have your 2-digit numbers, you can help your child with the addition to find out what number you made. What was your score? And each time you play, you can see if you can make an even bigger number. So that's how to play close to 100 or different modifications of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you're staying safe, staying indoors, and having fun while learning. Thanks for watching Family Math with Mrs. Lambert. I'll see you next time.